A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie and Lil Tecca represent the evolving landscape of New York's music scene, one that embraces the melodic integration within hip-hop while maintaining the gritty storytelling tradition of the city. Even though a boogie navigates through beats using melodic runs along with rapid-fire verses, and on the other hand, Tecca leans towards a more consistent and rhythmic delivery with catchy hooks, they both land on their feet on one common ground, which is beats that support their melodic tendencies. Hey, my name is Nohok, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make those simple yet catchy piano type of loops for the likes of these New York artists. And with these loops, I'm going to try to showcase their vibrancy and hustle. Okay, so let's start out with the first one of the two, and it sounds like this. Okay, so this piano comes from the Arturia Piano V5, and it's this preset called the American Classical Clean. This is the piano by itself. With this loop, I had to start with an ascending chord progression to achieve a sense of familiarity with this style. I'm playing a progression in E minor with the chords C major, D major, and E minor. And then I finish off with an inversion of the first two chords. After that, I made a fast-paced top melody to carry the rhythm of the loop right here. So the next thing I added were these vocal chops, which sounds like this. I wanted to add this to kind of hold on to the emotional vibe that I was going for with this loop. And these vocal chops come from the Exhale library in Contact, which is a pretty cool library actually. For the processing, I'm basically just drowning them in reverb, panning them to the right, and adding a lot of stereo separation right here. Next, we got the strings, which sound like this. I felt like string instruments were a really good choice for these loops, so I chose them to add a little bit of airiness. And I got the strings from the Nucleus Contact library. I just set the start to... Okay, and now we got the bass, which sounds like this. I added this acid type of bass because I thought the contrast with this harsh type of sound blended nicely with the soft instrumentation. And as you can tell, it's not a lot of layers, but you can tell that this is kind of the secret for this type of loops. Sometimes simplicity works really good as a creative impulse. Okay, now we got the second loop ready, and it sounds like this. Obviously, the soul of this loop is this piano melody, which sounds like this by itself. Okay, I know it looks a little complex, but it's really not. I'll deconstruct it for you guys. So to start this off, this is just the Japanese pop clean preset on the Arturia Piano V5 again. And the trick here is to achieve a short kind of staccato type of loop for the piano to get the boldness of it going. The chords that helped me achieve this were an inverted C sharp minor chord and the A major chord. And then after that, I started adding the top melody. The sauce here is to humanize the notes by simulating mistakes with something I like to call a fast transition note. This is where you place a really short note on the in scale key below the one you want to play, and then you put the wrong note as the attack of the correct note basically. Listen to it with and without. And this is without. It's not the same, right? And then after that, I pretty much just fill out the spaces with a lot of the higher notes that you see right here until I thought that the melody felt whole as a sample. This is shameless plug time, guys. If you really want to get dark melodies, you need to get my newest sound suite. It's called Cepheus. It's got one analog lat 5 bang, 30 MIDI files, and a whole lot more that you're gonna enjoy a lot, trust me. So go check it out. The link is in the description if you want to get it. Please support your producers. So the next sound we got is this background lead. So this lead comes from Analog Law 5 and it's a preset called Layers. It's designed by Infinite and the bank is called Dedication. Shout out Infinite. The point of this lead was just to give a sense of depth. It's really just two notes playing back and forth, to be honest. Okay, now we got the chords which sound like this. And this is the beautiful keys preset from the Worldly 5 plugin. They sound really good. This really is just acting as a second layer to the main chords that I played on the piano, and they just fill up the frequency spectrum to make it more cohesive. Then after that we got the counter melody which sounds like this. This is a Stage 73 preset called Clean Mark 5, and I'm playing a group of ascending notes at the end of every bar pretty much to add a little bit of variation to the melody. Okay, now we got the bass. This is really just a simple one-shot synth bass. I just added a little bit of distortion with the HE2 to make it cut through the mix a little more. After that we got this texture. I mean, it's really low, you can barely hear it, but it's there. This is just to add some ambience to it to make it feel a little more complex, I guess. And the final thing I added was this vocal ambience from Cymatics also. This one just sits in the background for depth purposes, and the only effect I added was this effector with the Vox tab on. And that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like to, and please let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, what type of content you would like for me to make in the future, and peace.